The importance of humility in following Jesus Christ. Humility is one of the most vital virtues for anyone who seeks to follow Jesus Christ. It is the foundation of a genuine Christian life, shaping our relationship with God, others, and ourselves. Jesus not only taught humility but lived it, and he calls his followers to do the same. 1. Jesus as the ultimate example of humility. The life of Jesus Christ is the perfect model of humility. Though he is the Son of God, he did not cling to his divine status. Philippians 2 verse 5 to 8 beautifully captures this. Have this mind among yourselves which is yours in Christ Jesus, who though he was in the form of God, did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but emptied himself by taking the form of a servant. Jesus humbled himself by being born in a manger, living among the poor, and ultimately dying a criminal's death on the cross. He washed his disciples' feet, John 13, 1-17, an act that even they found shocking, teaching them that true greatness comes through service. 2. Humility as the gateway to grace. James 4:6 says, God opposes the proud but gives grace to the humble. Humility opens our hearts to receive God's grace and guidance. When we recognize our limitations and sins, we make space for God's mercy to work in us. Example, the parable of the Pharisee and the tax collector. Luke 18:9-14 illustrates this truth. The Pharisee boasts in his righteousness, while the tax collector humbly cries, God, be merciful to me, a sinner. Jesus affirms that the humble man, not the proud, went home justified before God. 3. Humility strengthens our relationships. Pride breeds division, but humility fosters peace, forgiveness, and unity. Following Jesus means loving others sacrificially and placing their needs above our own. Paul urges believers in Philippians 2 verses 3-4, do nothing from selfish ambition or conceit, but in humility count others more significant than yourselves. Example, in Acts 15 during the Jerusalem Council, the early church leaders listened humbly to one another, including the testimony of Paul and Barnabas and the wisdom of James. Their humility led to unity in a time of potential division. 4. Humility keeps us dependent on God. Jesus taught his followers to pray, give us this day our daily bread, showing our need to rely on God daily. Humility reminds us that we are not self-sufficient. Jesus himself said in John 5 verse 30, by myself I can do nothing. Example, Peter, who once proudly claimed he would never deny Jesus, learned humility after his failure. Restored by Jesus after the resurrection, Peter became a humbler, wiser leader. John 21:15-19. 5. Humility prepares us for servanthood and leadership. In God's kingdom, leadership is not about status, but service. Jesus said, in international recognition, she lived simply, served the poorest of the poor, and constantly directed praise back to God. Conclusion. To follow Jesus is to walk the path of humility. It requires surrendering our pride, acknowledging our need for God, and serving others with love and grace. Jesus said in Matthew 11:29, take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. As disciples of Christ, we must daily choose humility, not as weakness, but as the strength that comes from being aligned with the heart of Jesus. Ear 1 AE, CE, all A, CE, SN, E, O.